and welcome to Eagle News International Australia Oceania. I'm Celine Ryan Andrews from Gold Coast, giving you stories from Australia, New Zealand and Papua New Guinea. Here are the headlines. 3 tropical cyclones hit Papua New Guinea. Victoria establishes COVID-19 hubs with new vaccine. Students in Townsville now back to school. Willows Sunday morning markets featured in Townsville. Newly renovated Australian Museum showcases breathtaking exhibitions to the public. And Police Citizens Youth Club in Dalby hosts weekly social sports. We begin with news of extreme weather events in Papua New Guinea. The storm season has hit the country hard with 3 tropical cyclones. Citizens are on high alert and are implementing additional safety measures to protect their families and properties. Our Eagle News correspondent, Echo Hortaleza Kinola, has more on this story. Echo?
Papua New Guinea has experienced a series of devastating weather events as 3 consecutive tropical cyclones hit the national capital district, Port Moresby, and other nearby provinces. The Papua New Guinea National Weather Service forecasted 3 tropical cyclones which brought strong winds, isolated thunderstorms, heavy rains, and profuse flooding that shocked the residents of this country. Cyclone Ana, Cyclone 16, and Cyclone Lucas raged through Papua New Guinea. 1 death has been reported in Port Moresby after a tree fell on their family house. The effect of the cyclones has also caused school closures as students were captured stranded on flooded roads. Many citizens declare they've lived through many typhoons and cyclones, however, have not witnessed weather as powerful as Cyclone Lucas, damaging and destroying 60% of properties and crops. Water and electricity disruptions were also widespread in affected areas.
Just recently we had the cyclones that hit parts of Papua New Guinea. As for myself, it's a first, as I haven't experienced such strong winds, continuous rains. One of those nights I was actually working night shift when the wind and rain, the cyclone kept coming hard, and it was actually very interesting as the winds pulled the vehicle down to 60 kilometers per hour, and that was interesting. That was a first for me. I haven't experienced such weather conditions here in Port Moresby, so at first I was concerned, having seen reports from other countries such as the Philippines. Currently we've got Fiji that's hit hard, and I praise God that we Papua New Guineans here in Port Moresby especially, we did not get the full force of that cyclone. But it's a wake-up call for all of us to at least experience and to understand what others have gone through, feeling the brunt of such natural disasters as the cyclones. I rely on public transport to get to work, to and from work. So when the winds were picking up quite hard, and when the weather condition was constantly raining and the wind conditions as well, for me I had to choose whether I'd stay home or go to work, because some of us, we have to rely on public transport, so that was quite challenging.
Okay.
My message to the government would be to invest in building a better drainage system throughout Papua New Guinea, so that in future we don't have to experience flash floodings throughout the urban areas.
Small crafts and boats are advised to take necessary precautions before going out to the sea, especially in the areas under gale force winds. The Papua New Guinea National Weather Service also advised the people to stay indoors and take additional safety measures during this season of stormy weather. Reporting from Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea, this is Echo Hortaleza Quinola, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, Echo. We hope a safe and fast recovery for those in the affected areas. Now for the COVID-19 updates in Australia. In Melbourne, Victoria, hopes are high with ongoing lack of local COVID-19 transmission. Now the state government is preparing for the distribution of the newly available COVID-19 vaccinations. Our correspondent Daryl Castelos will enlighten us on how the procedures will roll out throughout the state. Daryl?
The Victorian government has announced a rollout plan with the new vaccine following Victoria's continuous record of zero COVID-19 locally transmitted cases. A distribution plan is being undertaken, with vaccination hubs to be established across Melbourne and regional Victoria. Victorian Health Minister Martin Foley has confirmed that 9 suburban and regional COVID-19 vaccination hubs will be established, which contains the Pfizer vaccine. After 28 days of no new local COVID-19 cases recorded in the state, government officials are preparing an expected rollout in late February. The hospitals where the hubs will be established are Western Health, Austin Health, Monash Health, Goulburn Valley Health, Barwon Health, Latrobe Health, Bendigo Health, Ballarat Health, and Albury-Wodonga Health. The Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine received a Commonwealth regulatory approval, which is the first COVID-19 vaccine in Australia. No date has been confirmed as to when the vaccine will be available, however, preparations of distribution is ongoing. Available vaccine will be distributed in phases. Priority groups who will receive the vaccine first will be in Phase 1 rollout, which includes frontline medical and health workers, border workers, high-risk hotel quarantine workers, and aged care and disability care workers and residents. Among 5,000 priority workers will be given the vaccine in early March. Health authorities have stated that preparation of the vaccine rollout is underway and are making sure they deliver the vaccine in the safest way possible. The COVID-19 jab is not mandatory, however, Martin Foley encourages Victorians to get vaccinated as this will help in preventing the virus to spread. Reporting from Melbourne, Australia, this is Daryl Castellaos, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, Daryl. We look forward to hearing further improvement and reduction of lockdown procedures there in Victoria. Moving on to Townsville, the pandemic has had a large effect on education in Australia, particularly on in-person delivery of teaching. However, lifted restrictions have allowed students to return to campus for 2021, but not without some changes to the way classes are held. Eagle News correspondent Alyssa Ventura will share more updates on education in Queensland. Alyssa?
Students are now gearing up to the start of the new academic year here in Queensland, Australia. New beginnings often mean new opportunities and challenges. With the current condition brought by the pandemic, let's have a look at how these students will face the new year ahead of them. The year 2020 was the greatest challenge faced by many students not only within the country but all over the world, influencing the delivery of education to most students. Mid-2020 has marked the peak of the pandemic and has caused many schools and academic facilities to reduce physical attendance and to move the mode of online teaching. This sudden change has made an unprecedented shift to the learning experiences of students in all academic levels. The rate of COVID cases has significantly slowed down. Various government restrictions have been lifted, which has allowed schools to function as it used to. However, as the pandemic has not yet ended, restrictions such as social distancing and proper hygiene are still in place to limit the rate of transmission.
The pandemic hasn't brought me many challenges in my school year, but I don't have as many opportunities as I usually would in my fourth year of high school. Not much about my education is different this year, but if the situation improves, then I won't have to worry so much about things not being normal.
On a brighter note, this new school year might bring in new opportunities for students. As they are now back in their school grounds, they might have some new experiences that they have learned or are looking forward to.
This year, I'm looking forward to seeing my friends, seeing my teachers, and experiencing new things because this year is my last year of primary school.
The best things about going back to school are nice teachers, new classrooms, and good friends.
This new academic year might be a challenge or an opportunity for the students here in Australia. Nevertheless, let us all hope for the best for these students so that they may reach their goals this year. Reporting from Townsville, Australia, this is Alyssa Ventura. Eagle News, we live in interesting times.
Thank you, Alyssa. Despite being shaped by such global events, the future is bright for these young students. After the break, we will hear about the Willows Sunday morning market as a lovely weekend activity in Townsville, Queensland. Plus, we have the opportunity to explore what the newly renovated Australian Museum in Sydney has to offer. And we will learn how citizens of Dalby, Queensland are maintaining their physical fitness through social sports. All these stories when Eagle News International Australia Oceania returns. Stay with us.
Factual,
We have to defeat the virus everywhere.
timely information, balanced, not only in the country,
No matter who
but
you vote
also
for,
abroad.
I'm certain of one thing.
Interviews that people need to know. Watch Aguila Pilipinas, a one-hour newscast of reports coming from regional hubs in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Know the important updates in Asia in ASEAN in Focus. Track the latest stories in the provinces in Aguila Provincia.
Sa mga taga-Iloilo at Antique, mapiyang
Tune into Mata ng Agila, the evening primetime news program of Net25. Balanced and objective, Mata ng Agila covers national and international issues, tackles news on business, health, science and technology, entertainment, sports and human interest features, and current events. And Eagle News International
On
delivers the
tonight's
latest
headlines.
global reports, impartial, accessible, and up-to-date. It brings to fore EBC's rich international scope and access to valuable information streams.
Well, thank you to Elaine, our health outdoor
Catch these programs on Net25. You can also watch our news programs through eaglenews.ph and Eagle News Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Welcome back. You are watching Eagle News International Australia Oceania. The Townsville Rotary Club is known in the city for holding vibrant market events during the weekend and generously giving proceeds back to the various services within the community. Today, we'll be looking at the lively Willows Sunday morning markets. Let us explore the event with our Eagle News correspondent, Morgan Goodfellow. Morgan?
The Townsville's Rotary Markets orchestrates Townsville's regular marketing events, such as the Strand Night Markets, the Rotary Mega Market, and the market that I will be exploring today, the Willows Sunday Morning Market. Every Sunday morning at the Willows Shopping Complex, you will find the car park filled with locals selling their wares, plants, fruit and veg, and miscellaneous items. Many of the locals gather themselves here from 7:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. The Willows Sunday morning markets have been in operation for 20 years, yet continues to grow, thriving on locals and tourists. Eager to see what piqued the interest of marketeers that were here today, let's get an insight on what they had to say. How long have you been here at the Willows markets for?
A couple of years now.
Couple of years. And what have you been selling here?
Kids clothes.
Kids' clothes? Yep. Yeah, quite the collection. Yeah. Sorry?
Kids are busy. The Harry Potter ones.
Oh, they're cute. Wow, I can see why. Lance?
All plants that grow in Townsville and Bristol.
Doctor? Okay.
I'd say gardenia.
Gardenia?
Yeah, very highly
Right.
valued.
We're selling all kinds of resin pieces.
Resin?
That will probably be about a day or so in total.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
So mixing, colouring, drying.
Here today.
I'm selling this handmade craft.
Right, and you make all this yourself?
Yes.
Right, and say, how long does a bag take to make?
It takes 2 weeks to make.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect, awesome. The Rotary Club, the host of this event, gather the proceeds from events such as this and give it straight back to various organisations, associations and services throughout the community.
We've been operating the Willows markets here since I think about 1998, 99, which was a bit before I joined Rotary, so I joined in 2000 and I've been working on the markets ever since then. Everything that comes out of the markets here is for fundraising. We've got about 8 or 9 clubs, Rotary clubs in Townsville that work on it. So my club plus a lot of other clubs, and the money gets distributed between clubs to do whatever that club sees fit. So our club donates about $40,000 or $50,000 a year to community groups.
In relation to COVID-19 safety protocols, stall holders are required to sign a COVID-19 agreement to participate in this event. The agreement provisions a social distancing display and marks that assist in maintaining social distancing in stall lines. A thorough clean of stalls, equipment and products are to be done prior to the market opening. Customers must be provided with an accessible hand sanitising station, as they are also recommended to pack their own bags with their purchases. Entry to this event is free, with plenty of free parking, and sideshow attractions for many to enjoy. Food stalls are also available if you begin to feel hungry. A perfect end to the weekend. Reporting from Townsville, Australia, this is Morgan Goodfellow, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, Morgan. This definitely seems like a very enjoyable Sunday morning outing. Now back to Sydney. The lockdown's conditions have been continually improving in New South Wales. In light of this development, the residents are able to enjoy activities outside of their homes once again. One very stimulating and educational activity is a visit to the Australian Museum in Sydney. Our correspondent Donabel de los Santos will take us through this historic institution. Donabel?
After 14 days of 0 cases of COVID-19 in New South Wales, restrictions have eased across Greater Sydney, further allowing Aussies to once again enjoy the city's wonders. The Australian Museum is a must-visit during the summer, for it is holding a number of exciting and interesting exhibitions open to the public. Being the first built museum in Australia, the Australian Museum has over 21 million scientific specimens and cultural objects, giving locals and tourists the opportunity to study the museum's long history of research and discovery over the decades. In addition, the general admission is free for all to experience the galleries, updated amenities, the store, and a renovated members' lounge. This museum is a popular site for many students of all ages, perfect for teachers and students as it creates an educational environment for all to delve into the exhibitions. The free exhibitions include photographs of Australian geographic nature, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander objects and stories, birds of Australia, wildlife, and dinosaurs. There is a special exhibition being held that offers a unique and interactive experience, featuring and introducing the Tyrannosaurus family. It discovers a colossal collection of Tyrannosaurus skulls, skeletons, and fossil eggs. Kids are also able to virtually experience the dinosaurs moving through immersive cutting-edge technology. There are many different wonders to visit in Sydney, and the Australian Museum is one for the bucket list. Always be sure to wear a mask and to register your details upon arrival as required by the New South Wales Government for COVID-19 contact tracing. From Sydney, Australia, I'm Donabelle De Los Santos, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, Donabelle, for this opportunity to take a sneak peek at the museum's exciting exhibitions. In the city of Dalby, Queensland, the residents are staying healthy and enjoying family-friendly fitness activities at the local Police Citizens Youth Club, or PCYC. Let's take a look at the activities that this club has to offer with our correspondent Trixie Camacho. Trixie?
In the town of Dalby, there are social sports held every Monday and Friday at the Police Citizens Youth Club, also known as the PCYC. This assists in providing entertainment and promoting health and fitness for residents, all whilst adhering to the COVID-19 guidelines.
The small town of Dalby in the Western Down regions have residents that enjoy a fit and healthy lifestyle. Approximately 50 people are participating in the friendly games of social sports that are on offer, participants being mostly young adults and teenagers. While this is held twice a week, competitive games are also being conducted throughout the week. Netball on Tuesdays, basketball on Wednesdays, and volleyball will soon be held on Fridays. Government guidelines are observed throughout the PCYC. Contact tracing by scanning a QR code and filling in a form is mandatory prior to entering the facility. A hand sanitizing station is also provided in hopes of mitigating the spread of the virus.
The social sports and activities are a great way to spend time with friends and family while also being fit. Reporting from Dalby, Australia, Trixie Camacho, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, Trixie. It's great to see these undertakings being conducted safely for the enjoyment of many families. And that concludes today's program. Thank you for watching Eagle News International Australia Oceania. Join us again next week as we share more stories from our bureaus across Australia, New Zealand and Papua New Guinea. Visit our websites on eaglenews.net and eaglenewslive.com. Follow us on twitter.com/Eagle News and on facebook.com/Eagle News. Stay safe, stay strong and take care, everyone. From Gold Coast, Australia, I'm Celine Ryan Andrews, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.